Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our JJDL Season 3 video. This week is week 4, and your Vegas Corvikngights are facing LostLotl and their Twinleaf Town Turtwigs. Of course, as you see, carrying the mascot in the Turtwig. As you see on your right, you see both his team and my team. You already know my team. His team is Urshifu Single Strike, Karagoldango, Gliscor, Primarina, Ogerpon Heartflame, Cyclizard, Monkey Dory, Araquanid, Rotom Frost, and, as mentioned, the Terra Turtwig. But yes, I feel like he has a pretty threatening team offensive into my team. Like the Ogerpon Heartflame has a good matchup. Same with the Goldango. Also, his two water types in Primarina and Araquanid can also spam water type moves into my team pretty well. But yeah, that's his team. I'm probably it, the four mons I'm expecting are basically must brings are Urshifu Single Strike, Goldango, Gliscor, and Ogerpon Heartflame. I think at least one of the two waters will come, possibly both of them. I could see both Primarina and Araquanid coming. Uh, for the Goldango Terra type, I'm expecting Steel. I think Terra Steel is the best matchup into me, just spamming either Choice Specs or Choice Scarf, make it rains. This is my only two Steel resists are Thunderous Therian before Terra and Bronzong. And Thunderous Therian doesn't really want to take a Choice Specs, Terra Steel, make it rain. So that's what I'm expecting. Either probably Choice Scarf or Choice Specs. I think between the Goldango and the Urshifu, I think one of them will be Scarfed just to be able to outspeed non-booster speed or Scarf bundle and revenge it. But yeah, I don't think either the Ogerpon Heartflame or the Urshifu can run a SD Trailblaze set. I think they just need the coverage. Like Urshifu, I guess could run Close Combat, Iron Head for Sylveon, and then SE Trailblaze. But for Ogerpon, it needs to run Ivy Cudgel, Stomping Tantrum for the Hisuian Arcanine, and Play Rough for the Gudra, and that just doesn't give it enough slots to run SE Trailblaze. It could just be just Trailblaze, just be Trailblaze 3 attacks, which I could expect. I could also just expect a 4 attack set with a U-turn or a Power Whip. For Gliscor, I'm just expecting a Hazard Stack set with Great Tusk being my only hazard removal and him having a Goldango which can spin block before it terras. I think he could go more hazard stack heavy team with maybe a air balloon Goldango instead of being a more offensive. But I think just offensive Goldango is better into my matchup. Then we have the two waters Primarina. If it comes, will probably just be a bulky attacker, bulky special attacker. Maybe Assault Vest or a leftover set. And then for Araquanid, if that comes, I'm expecting Sticky Webs. I hope Araquanid doesn't come. It's Sticky Webs is mildly annoying into this team. As well as Araquanid is also a surprisingly good Great Tusk check if I don't have a Stone Edge or a Supercell Slam. But yeah. Then the other mons on his team, the Cyclizard, Rotom Frost, Monkey Dory, and Turtwig. I'm not expecting them to come. There's a chance that maybe the Monkey Dory comes with Shadow Ball to deal with the Bronzong. Since outside that, he can spam psychic moves relatively well into my team. Rotom Frost, I'm just not expecting to come. I hope Rotom Frost doesn't come since I don't have too much prep for it, as well as I have one set that relies on it not coming at all, or at least it has to faint before it can do the work, which you'll see later. Cyclozard, if it comes, it'll just like rapid spin. That's, yeah, knock off, remove items. Another one I'm not expecting too much to see. But like the six I'm expecting most are Urshifu Single, Goldango, Gliscor, Primarina, Ogerpon Heartflame, and Araquanid. But now you know what his team is. Let's go over my team. So first we got Gudra. Paris to Gudra. We're running Assault Vest this week with GUI. Now, one thing I learned while building for this team is Mold Breaker does not ignore GUI. So on, of course, Overpun Heartflame, it has Mold Breaker, which is why I'm not Sap Sipper, since Mold Breaker does ignore Sap Sipper, but it does not ignore GUI for some reason. So we're GUI. This could also help with like a Trailblaze set, so the GUI cancels out the speed boost from GUI. We have enough defense to live a Trailblaze plus Play Rough from Ogerpon Heartflame. This is also my main Goldango check. Depending on if he's like modest or specs, I can live like 2 to 3 Make It Rains from Goldango. With our moves being Sludge Wave, Flamethrower, Power Whip, and Rock Slide. Sludge Wave is there for Primarina or the Heart Flame, as well as on the off chance that it's Terra Fairy, um, Goldango. Flamethrower is there for Goldango, as well as Rotom Frost on the off chance that it comes. Power Whip is like the main Primarina, like damage dealer. Primarina, I feel like will be the switch in when Gudra's in. So if I can predict that, a Power Whip can do like upwards of like 85%, depending on how much bulk it has invested. Then Rock Slide is there for Araquanid, my best way to hit Araquanid, as well as it can also hit things like the Heart Flame for good damage. But yeah, like moving on, we got our Sahara Great Tusk. This week we're running a very physically defensive set with leftovers. The 248 HP EVs and 236 impish nature allow us to live any 2 hits from a Urshifu after rocks, and then I can Oko back with close combat. The 8 speed is mainly just there to prevent anyone from like speed creeping like no speed, Great Tusk. My moves are Close Combat, Stone Edge, Ice Spinner, and Rapid Spin. I am no ground type move this matchup, since the only thing that a ground type move helps hit is the Monkey Dory or the Goldango before it terras. But I think as soon as the Goldango's coming in, it's terraing. So I'm not expecting it to stay ghost type for too long, and then after that, close combat can do good damage to it. Stone Edge is, of course, there for the Araquanid. I went Stone Edge over Supercell Slam because, like, Gliscor is a reasonable switch in to Great Tusk, and I don't want to be taking the 50% from clicking Supercell Slam into Gliscor. Then we have the Ice Spinner for Gliscor, and then Rapid Spin to remove hazards such as the Sticky Webs or the um, Stealth Rocks. But then moving on, we got our Terra Thunderstherian. This week we're running Terra Flying, an agility substitute set with a Thunderbolt and Terra Blast. This is the set I was talking about where I hope I don't think Rotom Frost comes. Because I cannot hit Rotom Frost very well since it resists both the Terra Flying and the Thunderbolt. But yeah, this is going to be my main win con. If I get an agility up and I have a certain amount of chip on certain mons, if the Goldango, depending on how bulky is at like 50%, I can KO with a Thunderbolt. And Terra Flying, Terra Blast just hits his team like really well. I do need like a small amount of chip on the Arachnid if it's like a resist berry. But like outside of that, like once this like gets an agility up, it can really put in some great work. I'm substitute to outplay Sucker Punch on Urshifu since so yeah, if he comes in and tries sucker punch me, I can substitute and then click Terra Blast. Yes, this is my main win con this week. As well as yeah. Then moving on, we got Aria or Sylveon. This is our like pre-marina check this week. We're a heavy duty boots set to mainly not get poisoned from toxic spikes. Since Gliscor does get toxic spikes now, so and I could reasonably see him bring it because my grounded poison is Skuntank. And like Skuntank does not have an amazing matchup into him this week. But yeah, this is just like Max Spadef, Max HP, like Pixelate, Hyper Voice, Wish Protect. I have Baton Pass this week as like slow momentum for if since this set really allows the Goldango to come in easily. So I can like Baton Pass out predicting the Goldango and go out into some other one of my threats. But yeah, that's its sole purpose this week. Just deal with Sylveon as well as Wish Pass, keep things like the Gudra healthy. Moving on, we got Iron Bundle win. This week we're bringing Choice Specs. This was actually a last second change. Originally I had Choice Specs Hisuian Zorwark because that sort of prevent or um, stops him from like spamming close combats with Urshifu, makes him a bit more hesitant about that. So, but I decided to ultimately change it to Iron Bundle since Iron Bundle can get some free switch-ins, especially on things like Gliscor if it's not carrying like a rock type move as it tries to set up. As well as I determined that this will probably be my lead because as you see, I have Taunt as well as Hydro Pump, Flip Turn, and Freeze Dry. If he leads Araquanid, I'm gonna taunt to try and stop the sticky webs, and then of course if he like brings he leads a Gliscor line to set up other hazards, I can threaten it out. But like he does not have great Hydro Pump switch-ins that would like to take a free stride. His two best Hydro Pump switch-ins are the Primarina and the Goldango, or not Goldango, the Primarina and the Arachnid, but neither of them want to take a free stride. And his freeze dry switch-ins are Goldango and like Rotom Frost if that comes, but neither of them want to take a Hydro Pump. So if I can just get that call correct, I can do serious damage to things coming in, and then Flip Turn's just there for momentum. And lastly, we got Choice Scarf, Hisuian, Arcanine, Excalibur. This is here to revenge any Goldango set. If it's Choice Scarf Goldango, I will outspeed with my speed investment. I am Flare Blitz, Head Smash, Wild Charge, and Extreme Speed. Like Head Smash, does pretty well into his team. Like the only mons that want to take like a Head Smash are like a Urshifu or like a Goldango. and neither of them want to take a Flare Blitz. Like max defense, Gliscor can also like take a Flare Blitz or a Smash like decently well. If he's max defense, he can take like I believe 2 Head Smashes since I am Choice Scarfed. Wild Charge is there for Arachnid, so I can do good damage to that without having to risk missing a Head Smash. And then E-Speed is there just in case like something weird happens and I need priority. But yeah, that's the team I'm bringing this week. I think it's now a good time to just get straight into the battle. So here's the battle. He does bring the Rotom Frost, which is quite annoying, but he has no Arachnid, which is nice, since I don't have to worry about sticky webs. But as I said in the builder, I'm just gonna lead my Iron Bundle, and he leads Primarina. If he's not Assault Vest, Freeze Dry just KOs. But if he is Assault Vest, he can possibly kill me with like a Moonblast. So I decide just to make the safe play and flip turn out. I do about 9%, seeing he does have some amount of bulk. I go into my Primarina check, which is my Sylveon. He does get a Spadef drop, which is mildly annoying, but I'm just going to Wish Up as he flip turns out. He goes out into his Overpond Heart Flame. I decide to go into my Gudra. He just U-turns, which him revealing U-turn means that he is definitely not a um like a SD Trailblaze set, as well as probably just a Trailblaze set in general, since his other 3 moves are probably Ivy Cudgel, Play Rough, and Stomping Tantrum. But he just U-turns out. He goes out into his Primarina. I get my Wish Up. I on this previous turn, I really think about staying in and clicking Power Whip, since based on the flip turn damage from Iron Bundle, I know this is a bulky set, so I probably do outspeed. And if I predict him to like flip turn, I can click Power Whip and do a ton of damage. But I decide just to like play it safe and go on to Sylveon. He does flip turn, which is mildly annoying since I would have really liked the Power Whip damage. But he goes out into back out into Heart Flame. I take the Ivy Cudgel. I now scout for Play Rough, which I'm expecting. He does click Play Rough, and now I try to decide between a Flare Blitz and a Head Smash. Since he doesn't have like rocks up, he doesn't know if I'm Scarf or not. But I end up just going for the Flare Blitz. He goes out into the Gliscor, which just gives me a free switch into my Iron Bundle. And he goes for Tailwind, which is not what I was expecting, which really catches me off guard. So now he does outspeed me. Yeah, so then he just U-turns, and then he goes down to Primarina. I flip turn out. I go back into Sylveon, and I'm just gonna try and stall out these Tailwind turns. He flip turns. I wish. I'm not really low, so I just protect, get back up to healthy. He goes for Ivy Cudgel. Um, I then go out into Asunian Arcanine, since I am not expecting Stomping Tantrum. That would be a very bold prediction. And he does go for the Ivy Cudgel, which is nice. I then make an aggressive double back out into Iron Bundle, predicting the Gliscor, which I do get correct. So now I can threaten it out with either a Freeze Dry or a Hydro Pump. I end up deciding to go for Hydro Pump, since I feel like it's really risky going to Primarina, which he does, and I miss the Hydro Pump, which is actually quite annoying, since Hydro Pump would have put him in range of moves like Freeze Dry from Iron Bundle. But I then just go on to Sylveon. He clicks Moonblast. He clicks Wish. again. He gets this special attack drop. It doesn't matter too much. I just protect. Try and stay healthy. I just click Wish again. He gets the crit, which is annoying since now I do have to protect, which is mildly annoying. As well as he just gets his free switch back out into Heart Flame. I protect, just scouting what he's going to do, and he reveals Stomping Tantrum. And at this point, I make a small critical mistake. I let my Sylveon go down. Uh, I I don't remember the exact mon I had up on my calc, but I think I had the Great Tusk on my calc. So in the calc, I saw that I lived it, so I just went for a wish, predicting him to maybe like go for a U-turn and like get more health back. But instead, he just clicks Ivy Cudgel, and I lose my Sylveon, which is mildly annoying since now I do not have a good Primarina switch in. So I now go out back into my Arcanine Hisui. This time I decide to click Head Smash. He stays in, so this thing is gone now, which is convenient and nice. So then he just goes back out into Gliscor. He sets up another Tailwind. At this point, I need to be aggressive. With my Sylveon being gone, Primarina does really well into my team. I decide to click Freeze Dry, predicting him to go back out into Primarina, since that's sort of been his switch in throughout most of the game, and I get it correct, and I do great damage to Primarina. Now, only if I hit that Hydro Pump, Primarina would be dead at this point, but that did not happen, so now we have to stall out some Tailwind turns. I go out into Goodra, since I know I can take any two hits and stall out the last two Tailwind turns. So now since Goodra's gone, I now don't have a great Goldango switch in. So I now go out into my Great Tusk, trying to like threaten it out. Now, trying to threaten it out. And since he is bulky, Rapid Spin does not KO, which is mildly annoying. So I just decide to click Close Combat. And I get the Rotom Frost, which is amazing. Now, what he was expecting was Rapid Spin, since this is a Choice Scarf set, so he could have still outspeed me after the Rapid Spin. But instead, the Rotom Frost is gone, and that opens up my Thunderous late game very much. I then go back out to Iron Bundle on the Gliscor switch in. I just click Hydro Pump, hoping I hit, which I do, which is very nice. So now he goes back out into Goldango. I go on to Arcanine. So at this point, it can't do too much, and I feel like it's the least valuable team left on my the least valuable mon left on my team. So I just let it go down to the Shadow Ball. I then go out into my Great Tusk. I can live any hit this goes for, and since I know he's Terra Steel, and he is probably presumes I do have a ground type move, I make an pretty aggressive double out into the Iron Bundle, which he just Terra Steals and makes it rain. So now my Iron Bundle is down, which is mildly annoying. And he has a Jetpack, which I was not expecting that, but he Jetpacks out into my Urshifu, out into his Urshifu, and I see an opening, which is go out into my Great Tusk and click Rapid Spin to get the speed boost. Since if I get some speed boosts, I can start outspeeding things. So I click two Rapid Spins, as well as I then, since I don't think this can do anything to me, I just continue to click Rapid Spin as he goes for Earthquake, and he's not getting Tailwind up, which is really nice, since I continue to click Rapid Spin. Now, I actually click Rapid Spin one too many times. I only need to click Rapid Spin 4 times to outspeed any of his mons in Tailwind, but I did some math wrong, which ended up not mattering too much since he can't do anything. I'm surprised he's not clicking Tailwind, but I'd then just Ice Spinner. He goes for another Earthquake. I then just click Ice Spinner again. He makes switch on to Urshifu, and at this point, I think what he's trying to do is force me to click Close Combat to hopefully lower my defenses. So I just decide to just attack whatever's in front of me, since I don't want to like throw the match by like making too aggressive of predictions. And I eventually just click Ice Spinner. He goes down. He clicks the Sucker Punch. It's not doing enough. I click Close Combat. His Urshifu goes down. He then goes out into Goldango. And he's actually a pretty bulky Goldango set. So this did not have this wasn't a guaranteed KO, but I get the roll. It ended up not mattering. Then I just go out into my Thundurus, which outspeeds, and I KO it with Thunderbolt. But yeah, like GG to LostLotl. This was a pretty interesting game. It was not what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting a Tailwind Gliscor or like a Jetpack Goldango. So a lot of things I wasn't expecting, uh, and also the Rotom Frost wasn't expecting that. I was also not expecting to sweep with my Great Tusk, but that ended up being the way to win the game, and we took home a nice 2-0 victory, pushing us up to 3-1. Which overall, I'm pretty, I'm mostly happy with this game. Like, of course, the miscalc on Sylveon was annoying, but it didn't affect the game too much. But yeah, like overall, pretty happy with this game. Good games to LostLotl. Maybe we'll see him in the playoffs if both of us make it. But I would like to thank you guys for tuning in again, and hopefully I'll see you viewers sometime in the near future. Goodbye.